Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine, like, being locked in a fluorescent lit escape room, right? You point out a locked door, but the game master insists the door is just in your head.
Right. And they basically tell you that you're the problem. And if you complain that you can't breathe in there, they actually penalize you for having a bad attitude.
Exactly. It's the psychological labyrinth where the rules just keep shifting. Welcome to the deep dive, by the way. Today we're looking at the Munday Doctrine.
Yeah, it's a really fascinating autodidactic manuscript. Our mission today is to decode how one individual uses their marginalized lived experience to basically dismantle systemic deception.
I mean, it's essentially a survival guide for the mind. But to understand this resistance, we first need to examine the psychological trap the author faced.
Right, so this all traces back to the Texas Youth Commission in the late 1990s, specifically their Thinking Errors program.
Yeah, looking at the source material, this program operated like an upside-down therapy session. If you reported actual trauma, the system labeled your reality as a victim stance.
Which is wild. And it brings up a core concept here, institutional iatrogenesis. In medicine, iatrogenic harm is when a doctor's treatment accidentally makes you sicker.
Right. So they apply that to the state.
Exactly. They argue the system claims to rehabilitate people, but the treatment actually inflicts deep psychological damage.
So the cure is the poison. If a system's cure forces you into this, like, coerced incoherence, how can anyone maintain their sanity?
What's fascinating here is how this psychological harm maps onto the doctrine's three-part architecture of societal entrapment. You've got the matrix, the vivarium, and the terrarium.
Okay, let's break those down. The matrix is basically the simulated legal realm, right? Courtrooms run by what the author calls robot surrogates.
Yeah, officials just blindly following scripts. Then you have the vivarium. Think of it like a human farm that extracts labor and enforces this one-size-fits-all conformity.
Leaving the terrarium, and the author describes this as a completely sealed environment. It's a closed loop suffocating on its own legal jargon.
Totally detached from the actual human beings living inside it. So if the system is a sealed terrarium, how does an outsider break the glass?
Well, the author refuses to be a mere legal fiction. They anchor their physical reality in their Chippewa Cherokee Wolf bloodline.
Right, using biology to reject the simulation.
And here's where it gets really interesting. They have this vivid line, "I am not a Kaiser on a horse saddle without a horse sitting on the floor."
It's such a great image. I mean, a ruler pretending to ride a horse that isn't there is just a guy playing make-believe on the floor.
Right. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, this is tactical, not just philosophical. The author weaponizes the rules.
Yeah, like using California Code of Civil Procedure, Section 170.3c4. The system uses bureaucratic delay, what the author calls silence, as a side dish to exhaust people.
Oh, wow. So they turn that silence into a procedural trap. If a judge ignores a statement of disqualification, that silence legally equals automatic disqualification.
Exactly. Trying to trap a judge using their own rules.
Which leads to this poetic justice designed for corrupt officials they call judge moneybags. It's extreme, but they suggest stuffing dirty homeless people's socks into the judge's mouth.
Yeah, it's a jarring image.
Yeah.
But it forces a visceral connection to the system's victims. It makes these insulated officials taste the human consequences.
I mean, just to be clear for you listening, we're not taking sides or endorsing these actions, just impartially unpacking the concepts in the text. But stripping away the dense legal theory, what does this all mean for you?
It's really about cognitive sovereignty, achieving clarity, which the author notes hitting around age 44, and using revelatory parrhesia.
Parrhesia, that's the ancient Greek concept of speaking truth to power so bluntly that it's actually dangerous, right?
Right. It raises an important question about the ultimate goal. Shattering the simulation to simply let reality breathe.
Without letting the system's distortions cloud your third eye. It's intense, but it definitely gives you a new lens for everyday life.
Oh, absolutely.
So we'll leave you with a final thought. Look closely at the bureaucratic systems governing your own life. Are they actually serving you, or are they just a terrarium breeding its own recycled air?